y'all. Good evening. I'm Donnie, and I'm inviting you to join me for pipe and a pour. How is everybody doing on this fine evening? It has been a while. It's been a wild and crazy couple of weeks at our house. Get into that shortly. You may have noticed, no, I did not let my hair grow out. This is for Hoot and Briar. Love the idea, man, love the idea. Glad your wife is doing well after her surgery as well. That's good news. But you want to see our favorite chapeau, our favorite haberdashery. And I'm guessing you haven't seen too many like this. This is one of my favorites and is the most unique in my hat collection. I don't know. It is an 1850s civilian winter cap. It's made of jersey wool, so it's very thick, lined in flannel. Military pattern that was adopted by civilians in the mid-1800s. And yeah, that's right. See if I can find this. There's one, there's the other. Yeah, you see that? That is what I'm talking about. That's rabbit fur in there. I can't hear anything. And my head is sweating. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. In the pipe tonight, the pipe that I'm smoking, and I don't think I've introduced this to y'all yet. This is an estate K Woody that I picked up from the good folks at MDSB Pipes. God, I hope I said that right. MDSB or MBS. I'll put their link down there so that you know for sure how to find them. But great folks, and they're doing such really good stuff, and they've got a bunch of fantastic estate and new pipes on their site. But this is a K Woody that I picked up from them, the drinkless filter. Yeah, that unscrews there, which is new to me. That's pretty cool. Does pick up a little moisture, but it's not too terribly bad. And smokes pretty good. They said that they thought this was probably 30s, from the 30s or 40s. But it is a really cool 6-sided panel. I don't know if you can see that, or there you go. That's a little better maybe. You know, my lighting out here on the deck is no good. Anyway, really enjoying this. Light in hand, feels good. In the glass tonight. And yes, it's a little heavier pour than normal. But before we get there, another favorite. There you go. Ooh, I can actually hear too. Civilian slouch hat. Again, common in the 1840s, 1850s. Wide brim. When you get to the summertime, you don't need the warmth. You need to cover up the old ears and the nose and the brow and the neck from the sun and the rain. And this one does it just fine. Wool felt, heavy duty. Love it. Looks good too. I was talking about the pour. The pour tonight. Some of Tennessee's very own malt whiskey from Chattanooga Whiskey. This is one of their bottled and bond releases. I don't have my glasses on. Spring 2017. So in the spring of 2017, all of this, all the grains were distilled and bottled, and so then it sat around for at least 4 years, and is at 100 proof, so it can be called a bottled and bond. Funny story on this, we'll have to revisit some other time. I wasn't a big fan of Chattanooga whiskey at first. I actually took it to a a whiskey group I'm a part of. We do blind tasting. Finished dead freaking last. But since then, I've fallen in love, and I've discovered that I really do like the malt that they use. And their recipe, their mash bill is fantastic. So yeah, Chattanooga whiskey, bottled in bond, spring 2017 edition, 100 proof, a delish. And yeah, I mentioned it's a fairly heavy pour tonight because in the last 7 days, I've been in contract on 2 different houses, put this house on the market, and then tonight, all those other contracts fell through. We took this house off the market. There's one thing I hate more than moving. It's buying and selling houses. I do not enjoy it at all. So stressful. Anyway, so that's where I've been, and I'm so far behind, y'all. So that's why I'm doing this VR to Hoot and Briar for favorite hats. You've seen 2. Oh, there's more. So this one will be my favorite next week. Yeah, baby. Well, Donnie, why will this be your favorite next week? Because next week, I will wear my Cuban Panama hat in the Caribbean. Yeah, that's right. Vacation time next week. Now again, my apologies to my mother-in-law. Wonderful, amazing Cuban woman who I love down in South Florida in Miami. And she says no matter how hard I try, wearing a Panama hat and a guayabera, I am a gringo. That's all right. She says it out of love. But I will be wearing this one next week on that cruise in the Caribbean with my wife and daughter, and it's going to be awesome because we need to get away from all this house stuff. So this is my favorite tonight and next week. What else do we have for y'all? Like I said, a lot been going on. Super busy. I've not been able to like hardly, actually haven't watched a whole lot of anything on YouTube, and I'm sorry. This is my first pipe since over a week ago, I guess. Just too much going on, trying to get the house ready and trying to work with inspectors and get quotes on fixing stuff and yada, yada, yada. You don't want to hear about that. It's boring. Boring stuff. I don't want to bore you. So, the other thing going on, I forgot to tell you, in the pipe, in this beautiful little paneled K-Woody, I've got a little of the Shelby Foote blend going on. 1/2 ounce of Edward G. Robinson, 1/4 ounce of Half&Half, and I enjoy it a lot. It's very nice. To be honest, I feel pretty codgery right now. Yay! Since I'll be on a cruise next week, though, enjoying this hat, I'm going to miss out on Pipe Week. So a big thanks to Flat CapPiper for spearheading the People's Choice Awards and the Pipe Week events he's got going on. I need to go back and look at a couple of his videos. I think there's been some updates recently. So I hope I'm not too late for this. But I did want to throw out 3 names of YTPC presenters like myself, under 500 subs, guys that I really enjoy, and if you, I'm sure you guys do too, if you've subscribed to their channels and watched them, and for 3 different reasons. First up is Sasquatch Piper. I have not met the Sasquatch Piper. I've just enjoyed his daily drives to work when I've been able to watch him. Again, I'm behind. But man, the thing with him is the energy. I love the energy. I wish I could get that up and be that awake. let it go again. I wish I could be that, just have that kind of energy. I find that more often than not when I'm out here, talking to you folks and enjoying a pipe, maybe having a pour of something, I'm coming down, I'm winding down, right? I'm sort of settling down on the day, the week, whatever. And but man, Sasquatch Piper, he just electric all the time, and I love that. So thank you, sir, for what you do. I should not clap. I apologize. Next up is another guy that I've sort of had some back and forth and some comments with, especially through the Codger Challenge here last month, and that is Pork Roll Piper. Pork Roll is he's a nut. He's just nuts. Simple as that, and I love it. And if you guys ever remember the old sitcom, was it Designing Women, I believe, about the little biddies in the deep south, Dixie and all the ladies, I don't remember their names, but there was a line that my grandmother caught a hold of, and she always repeated and reminded me that down here in the south, we're all a little crazy. We've all got crazy in our family. It's just we don't hide it. We introduce you to the crazy when you come in the house. And I know Pork Roll's up in Jersey, so maybe South Jersey. Hey, South Jersey. I don't know. But I love, man, hilarious, just crack me up, and it's okay to be nuts because we all are. And I'm just proud to say it. Embrace that. Embrace it, buddy. And then thirdly is Smarty Bob. This guy, again, if you guys don't know Smarty Bob, you need to. He's just a down-to-earth, humble guy. Does not take himself too seriously. He knows his stuff. I've learned quite a bit listening to him and watching his videos. So those are my three nominations for the sub 500 YTPC presenters: Smarty Bob, Pork Roll Piper, and Sasquatch Piper. And then 3 artisan pipe makers. And this is tough. I mean, again, this is tough because there's so many incredibly talented people out there. And but I had to go back to, and I sort of categorized it. And here's the caveat, I'll qualify it. I don't own a pipe by any of these guys. Do I want to own pipes by these dudes? 1,000%, you betcha. Because it's amazing work, some of the stuff they're doing. Number one, when I got back into pipes last year-ish, over a year ago now, one of the first people that I found on Instagram was Sean Reum. I think Reum, Reum. Again, just a humble guy. He would get on and do lives, and just you could watch him work. And you watch him go through some of the monotonous things of drilling, through the drill bit and all that stuff. But he opened kind of our eyes, for those of us who are just partakers and not craftsmen, to behind the scenes. And on top of that, his craftsmanship is just beautiful. I mean, the shapes, the colors, it's just fantastic. So Sean, thank you for the work that you do. Keep up the good work. I do want a pipe of yours. I'm going to get one of these days. Just can't do it right now because the whole house thing. I'm on probation. No more pipes, no more tobacco until we get this house thing settled. The second one is sort of a more recent introduction. And I got to meet Tim Beaumont from Papa Bear's Pipes at the Muletown show back in March. My wife and I talked with him for 15 minutes or so, and just incredibly nice. So nice, in fact, that I've repeatedly called him Paul. I have no idea why. No clue why I called him Paul, but I called him Paul repeatedly. And finally he stopped me when I introduced, hey, this is my wife, this is Paul. He's like, it's actually Tim. And I was super embarrassed, but he was gracious. All that aside, the work he's doing is fantastic. Some of the stains and the finishes he's got going on are just great. And I see his work, and I'm just like, I want one of those. Oh, I love this one. I want this one too. I want that one. So again, Tim, thank you for being gracious with me being a doofus. But keep up the great work with that as well. And then thirdly, see, this is tough. Because another one that I'm just a huge fan of, and every time I see his work, I'm just like, it's obviously in Smith House Pipes. You guys all know him. in the work he does. It's just, again, beautiful work. I don't know why. I'm drawn to his work. Like I really want like a Levat or Liverpool from him. I don't know. I don't know. I've just seen some of his work and the colors. The shape is fantastic and beautiful. So good job to him. But the last one I got to throw in is Garrett Wu Pipes by Wu over on Instagram, and I just recently found out about him. And I'm just telling y'all, it's just beautiful work. The stuff that he's doing, beautiful work. Again, the shape, the finish, the craftsmanship that he's doing. I want a pipe of yours so bad, Garrett. But again, I'm gonna order something for you guys once I get this house thing settled. Anyway, can you tell what's on my mind? Like I said, I hate selling houses. Ugh. But hey, it's long. I've been on here way too long. I've lost you guys already. I'm going to put everybody's names and links in there so they get credit for being awesome at what they do. And I want to thank you guys for joining me here for the pipe that's gone out, but I'll relight and a pour. Cheers to you guys. Talk to you soon. Maybe before I get out of town. We'll see. Cheers, y'all. Take care.